In a gripping moment of revelation, Funmilayo finds herself entangled in the shocking reality of her best friend's family. As Amanda struggles to explain how none of her 4 children belong to her husband, emotions run high and secrets spill out. Funmilayo's disbelief morphs into concern as she listens to Amanda's heart-wrenching story filled with complexity and heartache. This unexpected twist leaves Funmilayo questioning everything she thought she knew about friendship and loyalty.
Are you trying to tell me that none of your children belongs to your husband? I asked Amanda, still so startled at what I was hearing. I mean, how can not even 1 out of 4 children belong to her husband? Fumi, you would never understand any of these. Everything didn't just happen in a day. It is so complicated, she replied as she wiped tears from her cheeks. I am Funmilayo Adedayo, a woman that's going to get hooked in my best friend's marriage saga without even being aware. I stared at Amanda for some seconds without finding words. I thought she was happily married. I thought she was contented. Yeah, we have been friends since university days, but what I just heard now made me believe I wasn't so aware of what Amanda was capable of doing. So, why are you just telling me this now? We've been friends for like forever, and I tell you all my secrets even more than my mother knows. Why would you do this to yourself? I asked, still staring at her in awe, trying so hard to process everything. You didn't expect me to tell you all of these when you were still at Abuja. You stayed too far from me then, Fumi. This is something I couldn't discuss on the phone, Amanda said, still wiping her never-ending tears. Are you serious? Is that even an excuse? Haven't I been here for all your kids' dedication? I know I've never missed one. You could have told me, Amanda. You know Kola doesn't deserve this. Why would you do this to him? I screamed at her. I was so pained. I knew Kola, Amanda's husband from university days also. The way he loved her made me so jealous at times in school. I broke up with all the guys I dated then because I wanted a guy that could love me close to the way Kola loved Amanda, and none could measure up. Kola would strive so hard to make Amanda comfortable in school. I could remember how he used to sell writing materials and print lecture materials just to make money. He had so many ways of legit hustle. He was a man any woman could dare to put her future in his hands. Kola married Amanda just immediately she finished her NYSC. He was 2 classes ahead of us, so he had already secured enough to pay Amanda's bride price. At 25, she was already married to the man of her dreams, or so I thought. I just wanted a life like hers, so perfect. I couldn't stop turning men down at that time, till it dawned on me that I had lost so many good men because I was searching for someone that acted and behaved like my best friend's husband. Kola wants a DNA test. He just came home and told me that last week. At this point, I had nobody to call Fumi. I couldn't tell you anything earlier because it was too difficult to say. My mother would disown me if she heard this, Amanda said as her tears didn't seem to stop rolling down her cheeks. Crying will not solve anything. Just stop it, please. And at this point, I don't know how I can help you. Kola was also my friend. We can't cover this up.
He has to know, I blurted, still trying to hide how much disappointment I was feeling towards her. Not when I'm alive. I can't face him, she said fearfully, staring into space. You should have thought of that before doing what you did to him. You know Kola deserves better than this. That man can do just anything for you. This is just too much for this man to bear, I said, almost in tears for the innocent man. Why do God give some people things that they don't deserve? Kola would be so heartbroken. All 4 kids, not even one belonged to this good man. Who's the father then? I asked. Amanda looked straight at me and avoided my gaze almost immediately cause I was staring right into her soul. Guess the question took her off guard. I said, who's the father of your children then? I asked again. I don't know how to explain this to you, Funmi. I really don't know, she said, covering her face in shame. Say it anyhow. The mess has been made already, I persuaded. Do you remember Sammy? She asked. The name didn't ring a bell. Who's Sammy? I asked. Sammy, the first guy that asked me out when we were freshers in uni, she replied. The Sammy that you were madly in love with, the one that was rusticated due to bad behavior? I asked unbelievably. Yeah, he's the one, she said softly. Amanda, are we even friends at all? Like, I don't get, you did all these behind me? Why? I couldn't say more. I was dumbstruck. I met him few weeks after Cola proposed to me. I don't really know what came over me, but the feelings were still there, and I didn't want to hurt Cola after everything he did for me, really. I was still so much in love with this Sammy guy. I just couldn't hold back no matter how hard I tried, she said, crying. Why didn't you call off the wedding? Babe, you have destroyed your husband. He can never remain the same again, I said. Cola had done so much for me. I couldn't just go. I was tied. I was already in the marriage when I realized that Cola was impotent and could not bear children, she said. Cola is impotent? How did you know that? I asked. I was so shocked. All these stories I was hearing was too much to bear. Yeah, he is. When I slept with Sammy, I took in almost immediately. But I've been sleeping with my husband even before we got married, and I've never even had a miscarriage for him. At first, I thought my first child was for Cola, but then I later found out that the child is for Sammy, and Sammy knows he wants the children, but I can't give them to him, she said as she shook her head vehemently. Amanda met this so-called Sammy in college even before she met me, and we eventually became roommates. She was so close to this guy, and I was so scared for her because he looked so much like an ex-convict. I never really liked him. Sammy was later rusticated from school. I don't know why, but there was a rumor that he kidnapped a young girl in school and asked for ransom from her parents. I was so sure Amanda was supposed to be his prey back then, but the police caught him before he could do something irrational. I never knew that she had reconciled with this guy before her wedding after everything. I sincerely did not know what to say or how to help. I picked my bag from the sofa and decided to leave. I couldn't bear more of this complicated story. I'm leaving, Amanda. Maybe we'll talk later about this. I can't process everything you've told me right now. It's too much. It's just too much, I said, feeling so overwhelmed. Fund me, please don't go. Not now, please. I can't handle this alone. I don't think I'll survive. I'm not sure, she said with so much fear in her voice. I could see so much fear in her eyes, and I could also see betrayal. I could also see someone that didn't deserve love from anyone, because how could you have the mind to cheat on your partner from the beginning of your marriage, getting pregnant 4 times for a strange man? Sorry, babe, I can't stay here right now. I'm going to really lose it. I can't. I'm sorry. I walked out of the house without looking back that day. Many things ran through my head. The mess was too much for me to entangle myself in. Little did I know that I was already involved. I wasn't ready for all that drama. I just needed my peace. That's why I was still single, even at age 36. I was so allergic to the drama some marriages come with. It was already 2 days since I spoke to Amanda. I was so busy working from home when my phone rang that hot Tuesday afternoon. It was Cola. I didn't want to pick the call. I was scared. Did she tell him already? Was he calling me to confirm? My phone rang a second time and a third time. On the 4th ring, I reluctantly picked. Hello, Cola, what's up now? I tried to sound cool. Fun me, I'm running crazy right now. I don't know what to do, Cola answered, his voice shaking terribly. What's going on? What happened? I asked calmly. Amanda is in the hospital right now. She almost killed herself. She took poison. I don't know what happened, he said, his voice trembling more. When I heard those words, my heart sank. I couldn't believe that Amanda really meant what she said. Why would she want to leave her children behind and run off like a coward? I felt so scared. What if she died and left me with this secret? Was I supposed to tell Cola everything myself, or take the secret to my grave?
Oh.